Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, but I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and they're just showing me a number, which is number 19. Okay, so either you're going to get something offered to you on the 19th of October, or perhaps you have a deadline for that date, or maybe even number 19 will be significant if you're going for an interview. Perhaps that's, the number of the building that you're going to be arriving at, or on the 19th floor. I'm not really sure how to decode that. So they're just showing me number 19. Okay, I am getting an energy from it, and I'll try and describe the energy that I'm getting from that number as it just appears in the water at the moment. I'm getting an energy of perseverance and fortune arriving after you changing your mindset to a really positive one. Okay, so that's all I'm getting from that. I can only tell you what I'm being given at this moment in time, so I'm just going to move away from that energy. I mean, number 19 is the Sun card energy, so that really indicates that you are trying to find more happiness in your current circumstances, and I definitely see some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck in your career path, but there is a window of opportunity opening up to you. With the Fool card as your protagonist energy, some of you are thinking about taking a leap of faith in your career, or trying to find more spontaneity or more fun in your everyday working practices. You may have felt that things have become a little bit repetitive, a little bit dull, a little bit boring, and you're trying to utilize the skill set that you have in order to put yourself on the right track. Now, you've got the Lovers there as your protagonist energy. So some of you could be connecting to a new project, or there's a proposal on the table. When you apply the Lovers card to a career reading, it actually means, vibing at a frequency that matches your heart. So you are attracting things that you love into your life. So this could be a new opportunity. It could also be that you're falling in love with what you do again. Some of you may have felt a little bit unmotivated, or you may have felt a little bit low energy, or you may have even felt like you're just coasting right now, that you're just, doing what you need to do to get on by. But I definitely see, you're so in the law of attraction, because covering the Lovers card is the Two of Cups. If we remove the element of career and money out of the factor, some of you may have been focused a lot on love recently, and you may be trying to find the balance between finding a relationship or managing a relationship as well as your career. But ultimately, I feel that you are attracting an opportunity into your life that you are going to love. You're following your bliss, and I definitely get a sense here that some of you may be thinking about a partnership in business. You may be offered something to partner with, like a company that you've desired to work with for quite some time. Some of you may literally be deciding to set up a partnership with a loved one, someone you care about, someone that you trust. I would always say make sure you get all the procedures and the legalities and contracts signed up as well. Even if you're, setting something up with somebody that you trust, it's always good to cover your back there. I don't see anything negative coming, even though we've got the Tower here for you. I feel this is more about liberating yourself out of a very stuck or stagnant situation. Now, your Fool card tells me that you have so much talent, so much potential, and you are ready to bring in a new breath of fresh air into your career. This is a card of opening yourself up to a new path. So some of you may literally be changing direction, or you may be just approaching your career in a different mindset. The Fool card is like being a little bit more independent. So some of you may be wanting to set up your own business, become an entrepreneur, and you may be launching something in the coming weeks, and maybe number 19 will be significant for some reason. I feel with the Fool card, this is the beginning of something that perhaps you are moving into uncharted territory, and you're going to dive right on in. So even if you're deciding to stay where you're at, there may be a new client that comes in or a new project that comes in that really gets your juices going, that really makes you feel inspired, and you've got that spark, that, you know, brilliant mind of yours starts to get working in ways that perhaps it hasn't been stretched in for a while. But the Fool card is like you're so ready, and you can see the little cat there in this card. So I feel like some of you, you know, you're looking before you leap. You're not being like overcautious, but at the same time, some of you may be seeing if there's anything else out there to connect to at this time that will bring in more abundance, that will bring in a little bit more satisfaction. So some of you may be putting your resume out there, or just seeing what's out there because you're so ready for something new. Even if you're staying where you're at, you may feel that you've hit a plateau or a glass ceiling in your position, and you may even talk to somebody in a position of power, or a position that is above you, a managerial role, and you may ask if there's any way to staircase within the company that you're in. And I definitely see that there is a promotion here for you. I see you moving into a new position. And for those of you who are like an entrepreneur, or you have your own business, I see some of you expanding on your opportunities and finding like clients that are going to easily come towards you and work with you, or you may get more attention for whatever it is that you provide as a service or a product. I definitely see with the Lover's card that you have some choices that you have to make this month. Well, I see it's six weeks really. I see 6 weeks you have to make some sort of big decision in your career, and it may be about your direction. Now, the Lover's card is really about contemplating which path to take. Some of you may be wanting to do something a little bit more independent, even if you're in a current like 9-to-5 or a traditional contractual employment at the moment. I definitely get a sense that some of you are trying to launch either a second stream of income, or you're trying to set up an independent sole trader kind of business on the side, become an entrepreneur. And I see it being very lucrative. I see that you're very talented, you're very gifted, and I see it being very successful. But most importantly, it gives you more freedom. And with the Page of Wands there, it actually gives you an opportunity to be bold and be connected to your true life's purpose path. I actually get a sense here that you're going to feel very inspired. You're going to be very productive over the coming weeks and months. And actually, you're going to create a lot of waves in your career that will ricochet. And I feel there's something here. It's almost like your future self will thank you for the decisions you're making in the next 6 weeks regarding your career, because there's so much more abundance and success on the other side of this decision. So the Lover's card is a card of duality. So I definitely see some of you trying to either navigate two businesses or two streams of income, or even try to, you know, manage your love life and your career at the same time. And I would be a little bit mindful that some of you, if you are looking for love and you're about to enter into a new career sector or a new job, there is a potential for you to meet someone there that could be a partnership in the romantic sense long term. Now, this reading's not really meant to be about love, but the Two of Cups indicates there's some sort of contract or union that you will sign with a person or a company. And I definitely get a sense here that this is a really good match when it comes to a business partnership. Now, the Two of Cups can also be an indication that you're currently checking in with the exchange. What you do and whether you're financially recompensed for it, whether it feels rewarding or not. I'm getting a sense here of you really looking at everything that you have to offer, because you are a gift when it comes to the career environment. You're very intelligent, you're very talented, you're very studious. You actually have a lot of attention to detail, and you care about what you do. So that's, that sets you apart from everybody else, because these days some people are like running on autopilot, and they don't really care about what they do. But you've got the Lover's card and the Two of Cups here, which means you really do care about your work ethic and what you turn your hand to, because your reputation is at stake, and you are known for someone who cares a lot about your career, your environment, but also you are a really good worker. You get the job done. And I feel you're a very likable person as well. So I feel like you work well as a team, but also, that you work well as a very independent person. You just don't stop until you get the job done, is what I see here. But some of you may be trying to make a decision right now where you're thinking about bringing a little bit more independence into your working environment. So some of you may feel like you're micromanaged in some way, or you may feel that there's no support in your current circumstances. So you're looking for an environment where you can thrive and utilize your skill set. So I feel right now the next 6 weeks is really about you checking in, asking yourself if you're on the right path. I mean, the outcome energy, we've got the Chariot card there, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. I feel some of you may have felt like you're in a repetitive cycle in your career, and you may feel like you're not really utilizing your skills, or you feel a little bit bored in your circumstances. I mean, I see that you're working really hard. I can see that, you're bending over backwards in your career. And I feel there's some sort of opportunity that you've been working towards, or you've been waiting for, that is coming into your energetic sphere in the next 6 weeks. So whether this is a new opportunity that you've put your resume out there to try and source, or whether it is an opportunity within your current circumstances, being offered a promotion, a raise, or some sort of new status, because I see managerial energy here, or setting up your own stream of income as in an entrepreneur. I definitely see you being in a leadership role. Okay, I definitely see that coming through here. Now we do have the Cosmos, and it's in the resistance position. So some of you may have felt like there hasn't been many opportunities recently. And I also get an energy, when I say opportunities, I mean to staircase, okay? But I feel the tide is turning for you, and I see some really good stuff coming in for you as well. A lot of you this month are going to be very time sensitive. What I mean by that is you're not going to want to waste time. I feel like you're going to be very productive. I feel like you're sticking to your schedule, to your plans, and I feel like you're right on target this month as well. Also, I get a sense here that there's a portal of opportunity opening up for you, something that you are not aware of. I feel it's something that you have been waiting for, but I feel there's this frustrated energy where you're not seeing the results, or you feel like the rewards are not coming, but they are. Okay, so I definitely see that happening for you as well. And some of you, some of you may have just taken a vacation with your loved ones or your family unit, and you're trying to get back in the flow of work. And there may be a little bit of a gear shift that has to happen there, but I definitely see that you're back to your optimum best. And October, you really stand out in whatever it is that you do. Okay, I definitely see that you're working really hard, and there's an idea or a goal that you're working towards. And with the Empress card in your final position, it tells me that you are going to be rewarded for whatever effort that you've been putting into your career. Your dedication is going to be paying off there. Okay, now in the resistance position, we do have the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Some of you have been having a very difficult time. You've had a lot on your plate, and you're totally burnt out and exhausted. Even if you've just taken a vacation, I feel like you're back in the swing of things, and you're like, oh, it just feels like a grind. That's the energy that I'm picking up here. But it's worth noting that they are in the resistance position. So the Two of Wands in the resistance position tells me that you are not going to have to wait much longer for an opportunity, okay? And the Ten of Wands in the resistance position indicates you're clearing space for something new. There's an opportunity coming on in here. It's like making space for an Ace of Wands energy. So you could be taking on a new project, or you could actually be changing the approach that you have to your career environment with a new idea, and you feel really inspired. That spark returns, that motivation, that drive, that thirst for success. You know, Cancerians, Cancerians, I feel the energy that I've got coming through your reading, it's not that you're not ambitious. I actually see with the Chariot card that you're very ambitious, but more important to you is your heart in it? Do you love doing it? And if it feels good, I feel like you're doing more of that. And if it doesn't, I definitely see that you're taking yourself out of that circumstance in order to go where your heart desires. So I feel right now you're doing a lot of magnetizing opportunity towards you, and the thing that you've been waiting for is showing up for you. The Two of Wands really is about mapping your progress, checking in the exchange, and you may be trying to envisage something new. So whether that is an opportunity or whether it is some sort of move, because they're actually showing me a chessboard right now in the water. So I feel like the next 6 weeks is really about a calculated move in your career. Some of you may have been waiting to make this move for quite some time, but you're waiting for all the variables to slot into place before you make that move in your career. I definitely see there's a shocking opportunity for success. Okay, it could mean, because I'm getting a very strong energy here of someone from your current circumstances. This could be a manager or someone in a senior position leaves. Okay, I feel like they may suddenly leave an environment and there's an opportunity for you to step into that role, but it's different. And I actually see you getting a little bit more money than this person who's leaving, because you are really talented and gifted and you actually have more skills. And I feel this is a little bit sensitive, what I'm about to say, but I'm picking up on it a little bit more, and I have to say it because it's a very strong energy. I feel like you're more likable than this person as well. So I feel like you're being tapped for some sort of promotion because you're really good at what you do, but also you're a good person and you get the work done. So I definitely see that you would be a very fair leader, someone who is well respected as well there. Now also, I'm picking up an energy of you taking that leap of faith. There's a big change in your career, and I feel like you are in charge of it. The Tower, I'm going to pull a card on, because if you look at the Tower, there's two figures and they're leaping into the unknown. Now, it's really important to recognize that there may be some sort of restructure or change within your career sector over the next 6 weeks. Now, this could be new policies coming in. It could be change of management coming in. Could even be a change in the way that you work or the computer programs that you use in your everyday. There may even be like a reshuffle of offices, or you change buildings or relocate. There's something changing about your career sector. Or if you work for yourself, it could be that there's some policies changing if you're an entrepreneur that you'll have to sign off on, or maybe some new rules or regulations that you'll have to adhere to as a person who owns their own business. And I feel it's really important to recognize these two figures, right? They're taking a leap of faith, and if they stay where they are, because the Tower kind of represents like it doesn't always represent a prison, but it can indicate that, you've become complacent in a certain way of doing something and it gets a little bit boring. And, the universe sends a lot of signs to say it's time for change. And if you ignore those signs, then the universe sends a lightning bolt to hit the crown chakra. And the crown chakra represents something that you know it's time to change. You know that you've become stuck, or you've been going round and round in circles in a certain area of your career, and you know that you need to do something about it. And if you don't, the universe sends that lightning bolt in order to set the Tower on fire, to make you feel uncomfortable, so that you will change, so that you will take that leap of faith. But you've got the first card, the Fool card. You got this. Intuitively, you already know you need to take a leap of faith, and you're doing it. You're making some sort of change, or you're having some sort of a new approach, and I feel like you've got this. But the Tower, the two figures, one is literally falling backwards and the other one is falling forwards. And I feel, especially since you got the Fool card, you are taking that leap. This figure here has actually been pushed out or fallen out, and this one here has decided to take that leap and knows what they're doing. So I feel like intuitively you know that there's some sort of changes going on in the career sector, and I feel like you are having confidence in your skill set to put yourself in a really good position long term, because this card really represents you, liberating yourself out of a very stuck situation. And for some of you, it can indicate that there are going to be some changes where you get to rebuild a position perhaps in the way that you want. So what I see here is some of you may be offered more work. You may have more responsibility. I see that you're going to have the opportunity to negotiate a better deal, because they may try to offer you this opportunity with like the same sort of money or just a little bit above. But I get it. I just get this energy here that some of you are like deciding, no, I know my value and I deserve a little bit more than that. And I see you negotiating a better deal to increase the finances. Okay, so I see that there as well. Now, the Chariot card also connects to the Lover's card in the fact that there is a choice to be made. Some of you, it's about your direction. And if you've come to this career reading because you lost your job or you've already walked away from something and you're currently looking for a new opportunity, I definitely see that things have been difficult for you. I do feel that you've been searching for quite some time, and there is a window of opportunity opening up for you where you're going to find the right, I feel it's the right role for you where you're going to love it. But also I see that on the side you're trying to get something creative going, and I feel that's going to be very lucrative as well. So again, the Chariot card indicates that some of you could be a little bit pushed and pulled in different directions because you've got a couple of focuses in the coming weeks and months. So some of you may be doing, as I said, second streams of income. Make sure you have balance, that you don't burn yourself out. But ultimately, the Chariot card is about success. It's about major breakthrough. It's about your motivation returning, you having a lot of willpower and having the energy and the drive to meet your targets and get to where you want to go in terms of a goal. Also, the Chariot card indicates that you're going to be very strict with your financial budget. I'm going to pull a card, as I said, on that Tower, because I am getting an energy of a surprise bill or being taken unawares by a bill this month or in the next 6 weeks. Don't shoot the messenger. I hate giving that message, but sometimes, forewarned is forearmed. Let me just have a look at that. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. The Moon card. You were not expecting it, okay? The Moon card there with the Three of Swords. Okay, I'm going to have to get that card because that just flew right across the floor there. So one moment, please. Sorry about that, my beautiful Cancerians. So as you can see, the Moon card, which is, of course, your card there. The Moon is all about something hidden coming to light, something that perhaps you were not expecting. We got the Three of Swords there, so I feel like this bill, I'm getting a sense that something breaks down is what I see. I mean, it could be a car, doesn't have to be, but it could like be a boiler, or it could be something around the home space, and you may have to, pay out to have it fixed. And we do have the World card, which indicates that, you will get a return on your finances, so you will make the money back, but there is a potential that you'll have to dip into savings. I hate giving that message, but it is something that I can see coming, so I have to give it to you. I do see that you got this, okay? So whilst it'll be annoying and frustrating, I don't feel like it's going to put you completely out of pocket, okay? And the World card also indicates, for some of you, it may be connected in some way to traveling, okay? So for example, let me pull one more on that. So if you've just gone on vacation, you may find that someone just overcharged you or double charged you for something. With the King of Swords, I feel like you're going to look into this. I would keep all receipts. Page of Cups, yeah, you'll get it back. So if you are overcharged for something, I definitely see that you will get it back. But just keep an eye on things because there may be just a discrepancy. Okay, that's what's coming through there. That's in terms of your finances. Ultimately, what I see here is that there is a new opportunity coming your way that you are not expecting. I feel like it's something you wanted, that you have waited for, but you're not fully expecting it to show up in the next 6 weeks. And there's something to celebrate here. It's something you've been thinking about, and the Page of Cups indicates it's something being offered to you that you're going to love. It's an opportunity to follow your heart or move into the sector that you're hoping for. But ultimately, I feel like you're in control of your destiny, and there have been some bumps in the road, especially when you get a Tower and a Chariot. It just means that anything that, has the potential to upset your working environment, the Chariot says, it's just a blip. You're going to move through this, you've got this, and you're in control of the changes that are being made in your career. And I feel that you're still on target. With the Courage card, of course, this is all about strength, and I feel like you are a force to be reckoned with. The Strength card, that's about embodying the traits of a leader, someone who knows what they want, has the courage to go after what you desire. And I definitely see that you've got this. You've got the strength to move through any difficulty. And I really feel your reputation is going from strength to strength. I feel people are noticing you. You're being recognized for what you bring to the table. And with the Empress energy and the Page of Wands, now the Empress energy indicates that there is some sort of abundance coming in for something that you've already got in motion, plans that are already in motion, things that you've already been working towards. But ultimately, I see that you're trying to, work in a healthier way, set really healthy working boundaries, especially since we've got a 10 of Wands here. So some of you may feel that people delegate work towards you and you're like, you love what you do. So you may feel that people take advantage of the fact that you love what you do. So they give you more. I don't see them giving you any more work. I don't see an increase unless you take this leadership position, is what I see, where there's more responsibility, but I feel like you enjoy the work, so it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming. But the Empress energy really is about harvest time. It's a card of, reward is on its way for you. This could be an increase in your finances or a promotion. And I definitely see that there is status here as well. Male or female, it's not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy and the opportunities that are arising. The Page of Wands is news. Exciting news at that. So pages, they always arrive with news, and I really get a sense here that this is either a new project or a new client or a new opportunity that you're going to embrace. This is a card of, really being passionate about what you do, about being bold, coming out of a comfort zone, acting on an idea, whether it's something that you're launching, you're totally in the flow of finding your purpose, and your ideas have value, and I feel like you're going from strength to strength as well. Also, when you get a Page of Wands, it can also indicate that some of you are a little bit eager to spend at the end of the month. But because you've got the Chariot card, I feel like you may be a little bit stricter with yourself. So there may be a little bit of a push and pull energy regarding spending. I would just say hold off for a little bit, just because there is a little bit of a surprise bill coming in. Okay. So I'm not here to tell you how to, spend your money, spend it however you want. But what I do see here is there could be a surprise, and it may make you feel a little bit taken unawares, okay? Ultimately, the Page of Wands is a really great card about being inspired, embracing something new, and I really feel like this is your commitment and your drive and your confidence returning in your role. I also feel, if some of you have been feeling unmotivated or exhausted for a while, I feel like you're returning to your career with amplified focus and a lot more passion, a lot more intensity, and I feel like you're trying to find more of what you love doing. So some of you may cut out any practices or ways of working that perhaps waste your time or are just not efficient for the job at hand. I'm just going to pull one more card just to see what else is coming in there. Because ultimately, I see that you're attracting opportunity. You're in the flow of wanting to do what you love. I feel, you're going to be rewarded for the effort that you've been making, and I see your efforts paying off. There is, as I said, a window of opportunity coming in there. I just want to pull something more for you. 4 of Wands, something to celebrate. 7 of Wands, I definitely get a sense here that you are above the competition. This is you at your personal best. I feel like you're persevering, you're unstoppable in your sustained effort, and I feel this is a card of finding any solutions to anything that's been bothering you. But ultimately, the 7 of Wands is really to go from strength to strength, and it's about making things happen. And I feel like you're making big things happen in your career because you're living life on your own terms. Also, if you're going up for an interview, I would definitely say that you are above the competition. So just watch that, watch your levels of confidence. Don't let competition put you off, because you can offer something that other people cannot, okay? Also, the 7 of Wands can have this energy of feeling stressed. So you may feel like you've got a lot on and that you are exhausted, but I definitely get a sense that, you're going to keep fighting for what you believe in and you're going to be successful. So keep going. Don't give up in your circumstances. Some of you are searching for inspiration. You may feel a little bit isolated in your working environment. especially with the Hermit energy. I actually see that you're really well liked within your working environment, whether you work as an entrepreneur or whether you actually work in a company. I definitely see that people notice your skill set and they really enjoy what you have to offer, and they get on well with you as well. They see you as someone who's very knowledgeable, but some of you may want to withdraw in order to do one of two things. Well, I'm picking up both of them. One is to recharge your batteries because you're exhausted, but also the other one is to search for inspiration. So if you feel like you are being stifled in your working environment and you feel you're not able to reach your full potential, I definitely see that you're taking yourself elsewhere. But there is something to celebrate. The Four of Wands is celebration energy, and I get a sense here that there is some really good news headed in your direction. You may have felt like you've been waiting for this for such a long time. You've been working hard towards it, but it's showing up for you. Also, the Four of Wands is like a new creative phase where you're coming up with lots of ideas of how to do something that you love, whilst at the same time creating a little bit more independence. Some of you may even want to work from the home space because the Four of Wands is a homecoming card. I definitely see if you're trying to save for property or real estate, or you want to move, you may suddenly find an opportunity to do that, something that's affordable, more affordable than perhaps before, because I see a lot of real estate energy prices like coming down. So if you are on the market to buy something, I feel like there could be a lucrative deal out there for you. Of course, everything's always changing all the time with inflation as well, so there's a lot to factor in there, but I see that you could be picking up something a little bit more rural as well as what I see here, but I definitely see you working towards that and you reaching your goal. Also with the Four Wands, this is about, working in good company. So if you are deciding to partner up with somebody or you are partnering up with a company, I definitely see that you're on the right track, and you'll celebrate this opportunity to connect with this particular role, because I feel like you'll be able to make it your own, and you will actually have more independence within that as well. Some of you may think about networking. I feel like you're going to make some very important connections over the coming weeks, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you work on your own. This could be new clients coming in, but it could also be like a lucrative project or deal that comes in for you as well. So I definitely see some positive stuff. I'm just going to do one more card. Because that Tower, it feels like it's not done. So I just want to pull one more card on that Tower. Hangman. Something you're waiting for will surprise you. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Okay, Empress. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's your outcome energy. So I just want to make sure it's not like a super negative Tower. Because Towers don't necessarily mean, a big old shock. It can represent, a surprise that can be good or bad. So with the Hangman, again, they're giving this energy that something you've been waiting for is showing up for you. Some of you may have been even feeling a bit lost or just wondering if you're on the right path. And intuitively, I feel like you are on the right path. The Nine of Cups, a wish is fulfilled. Something that you've been yearning for is being delivered. And of course, the Empress, you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're going to be rewarded. There's lots of abundance to come. And I definitely see that there is some sort of promotion, raise, or opportunity to elevate in your career coming in for you, okay? And you deserve this. You work really hard for it. That Ten of Wands tells me that you have been bending over backwards to make this dream become a reality, make your goal become something in the physical sense, on the physical plane. So I'm just going to get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? So we have Strike Now, time-sensitive opportunity. Maybe that's why they gave me number 19. Okay, and I also picked up this energy of time for you as well, that things seem to be a little bit more time sensitive. I may have even said that, I can't remember, but it says here, time sensitive opportunity. Show up, follow up, bold plan, start, expand, reach, and cash in. So there is more money available to you. Okay, we've also got success, brilliant ideas. Now I've been saying to everybody, there is negative cards in this deck, but you didn't get any, so that's really positive. Brilliant ideas, shining at work, great pay, promotion, invention, and create. Okay, so definitely headed in the right direction. I feel like For some of you, just to be recognized and appreciated in the role that you're in, because some of you may feel like you're happy where you're at, but you may feel, am I doing a good job? Well, the answer is yes. And I feel there's going to be someone who gives you some sort of nod of appreciation over the coming months as well. And it says here, ascending, floating to the top. Pay rise, promotion, bonus, authority, responsibility. So that came out in the reading as well. So it's interesting that even the last deck is still clarifying the energy that I've got coming through. I'm just going to go and get a rune before we close. They've given you 2, so let me see what they are. Well, of course, we've got the horse rune, which is all about progress and, future changes happening. So that tower represents major change or restructure happening in your career environment. But I feel like, you are going to be able to command a really good position, or you're going to find a position out of those changes that puts you in the way of more money and more responsibility. And I definitely get an energy here that your future self will thank you for the changes that you are making. Also, this is a rune to trust the process, that there is some movement for you and that you are leveling up in your career. They just gave me the word stamina. Okay, so it's almost like stick at it. You have, a lot of energy of endurance. So you have the stamina to get to where you want to go. And finally, we've got the wood rune. Okay, so that is all about energy. So this can indicate also a rapport between you and somebody. So there is a potential here for a work romance. It's up to you whether you go for that. That's your call. It's your life. But I feel this is more like your lust for your career or your lust for life is returning, and your knowledge allows you to open like huge doors of possibility. But ultimately, I also see that there's someone who maybe in a position of power who is watching you in your current circumstances and sees what you're capable of and wants to elevate you. So watch out for that as well. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Cancerians. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.